Okay, let's start with the good. This thing, I own a Dremel I bought years ago, paid a lot of money for it. This thing is way heavier. It's got a pretty stout motor in it. Um, Excellent control on speed. There's switches on the bottom. Starts at 10. I like that. It's very smooth. It doesn't vibrate. Tons of accessories. The shaft, which I'll get to in a minute, because I can't find the driver for it. I got it to work with this chuck that was in the kit. I got it spinning and I had it twisted up pretty tight, and it continued to turn without any complaint. The hook works okay. It's kind of cheap and probably not good for daily use. Sorry, I'm in bed with an injury, so I have to do this one-handed. The clamp, there's no you could probably easily go way too far with this clamp. It's plastic, and it just keeps it's a very fine thread, so it's easy to over tighten it and crack this. You can hear kind of like it complain when you go too far, so you just have to be real careful with that. But it's got threading here and here, depending on how you want to hook this arm. If you're going to use it a lot, I would probably just come up with your own hook system. This twist and lock system, I mean, it already feels like it's kind of dicey, brand new. So not a huge complaint from me. I would probably just hook up my own, like I said. The issue is, though, and I would love to give this 4 stars, is I cannot find this square drive unit or tip that goes in here onto here. You take this off, take off the collet, and there's supposed to be a drive nut or collet that's square to match up with the square shaft, or the square end of the shaft. I found this in there. It does not look like what's in the manual, and it certainly isn't like what's in the manual. This is more like a Jacob's chuck, like a 3-point. So probably not good to use for this, but that's what I use to get this turning. It seems to tighten itself, but I wouldn't actually use that. So we have 2 bits, or 2 collets. We have this standard 1/8" collet, and then you have like this chuck style collet that will, or a chuck rather, that will accommodate different size shafts on like mandrels and stuff like that. So disappointing that I went through this thing like 5 times looking for this driver to go on to the tool itself to turn this shaft, and I'm not seeing anything square. The manual mentions even the square nature of whatever receives this shaft, so certainly not going to run it a 3-point chuck on a square shaft. So that's the only thing I really do want to give this. I mean, it's such a solid unit, and it's deserving of 4 stars, if and only because this is kind of cheap, the arm. It's really deserving of 4 stars, except this is one of the main attractions in this kit, and I just not find. I looked everywhere in these things. I looked in the case to see if it was like the same color as the case and stuck in there, and it's just not in there at all. So unfortunately, I have to rate it a little bit lower.